Hey, what's up, guys, y'all? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Kendrick Lamar, you have started something that is echoing throughout the music industry. And baby, you calling out everybody that literally is centering themselves in culture. Baby, who has been called to the front of the internet class? No other than Culture Vulture. Who even gave you cred? DJ VLAD. Now, if you guys don't know who DJ VLAD is, this is the guy right here. On top of that, right? Yeah, you know, I made a little PowerPoint presentation. On top of that, DJ Vlad tried to get a black professor at Princeton fired because she said, this is a conversation about the culture and you need to stay out of it. But you know what? It didn't go as he expected it. So you know I like a good resolution. Unfortunately, the Breakfast Club wanted to step in and let us know that their target audience is selling the culture, not being a part of it, because their response was so disappointing. And everybody want to talk about powers that be. Baby, watching Charlamagne, DJ Envy, and Jess Hilarious read off of a presentation that their masters told them to shuck in and jive, doing. You know what? I'm talking too much. Let's get into this little PowerPoint presentation. Then meet me after the jump, because we got to talk.
Hey, this is DJ Vlad. I only bring this up because everybody doesn't know who he is. My sister-in-law sent me a video. And I was like, DJ Vlad, you know, people be spilling their guts to DJ Vlad, this and that, DJ Vlad. And she didn't know this what he looked like. And she was like, is that his voice? Yes. This is what DJ Vlad looks like. The rappers get on there and tell on themselves all day to DJ Vlad.
Now, this is why this mofo thought he could not only center himself in a conversation about black culture and gatekeeping, but then try to be a Karen and get a black woman professor at Princeton fired. But baby, don't worry. We have something for him. Let's keep going for this story.
His name is Vlad, so, it should, hit your mind like this is what a Vlad could look like. But people don't be thinking that. They be like, this is Vlad. And some people know. Maybe you did. But if you didn't know this is what DJ Vlad looked like.
So why are we talking about Vlad? Because, baby, it looks like Kendrick just got Vlad canceled as well. At the very least, he got himself together and had to bow down to the culture in such a good way. But I also wanted to talk about this video and the way that the people inside the culture literally scurried behind him trying to protect. I'm talking about the Breakfast Club. Y'all, you got to listen to these facts and the way they unfold because, baby, call it the Kendrick Lamar effect. But, baby, it is working.
DJ Vlad is receiving backlash on social media after threatening to call a woman's job over a disagreement over Drake/Kendrick rap beef. At DJ Vlad tweeted out, "Don't try to change your words now. I'll be reaching out to at Princeton about this on Monday." So DJ Vlad tweets out, "Kendrick's Not Like Us needed a better mix. It takes away from the song."
Now, y'all, when I heard that, this is all I can imagine. It takes away from the song because, dummy, we having a cult. What do you mean the drum bass when we're having a cultural conversation? It's not about the stupid drum bass. But he's so removed from the culture he didn't realize. But listen, here's a live reenactment of what DJ Vlad actually said. Hold on.
The mix. I just really don't like the mix on that song. I mean, you just two-track the SOB. You really screwed the pooch on that one, buddy. I mean, you got the whole world a-listening, pal. And you don't take time to do the mix? I mean, I don't mind the lyrics. Sure, you betcha. But the mix, I mean, where's the production quality? Prince. Prince didn't do a great job on the mix sometimes, and look at the streams. Look at the difference in the streams on the mix. If K. Dot would have done a better job on the mix, I think he'd be up in the battle. But the mix is important. Disgusting.
Yeah, very disgusting and very entitled that this mofo thinks that we are having a conversation about our culture around black people and he can troll himself up here and give his opinion. But guess what? The professor at Princeton thought the same thing I did because look what happened.
Morgan Jerkins responded by tweeting out, "You are white. This is a black folk affair."
I mean, never have truer words been spoken, but let's continue.
DJ Vlad replied, "Wait, so a professor at Princeton is telling me that a white person shouldn't be allowed to voice their opinion about hip hop? Is that how you interact with your students?"
See what we said? Karen behavior? He tried it. But don't worry, Morgan has something for him. Hold on.
At Morgan Jerkins responded, "What I'm saying is that you put your opinion in a discussion that's not needed. This conversation is and should center black people, not you."
Now, let me stop right here because just to let you know, this is where things went off the rails because Twitter got into a tizzy. Because people were saying, how dare you say that white people can't speak on anything? We can do whatever we want. And I think people were missing the overall point. And this comes to the point of having a conversation about gatekeeping culture, especially from DJ VLAD. Because what everybody, not everyone, but for a lot of people failed to realize was this wasn't just a simple rap beat. This was about our culture. When we say stay out of black folks' business, we're speaking slang, African American vernacular. What it really means is this is a culture situation. Yes, you can have your opinion, but at no point should you censor yourself. Could you imagine me going to India, China, Africa, Afghanistan, and being like, oh, let me tell you about your culture, and when we're having a sensitive cultural situation? And could you imagine other people being like, no, let them speak? Man, shut up. But guess what? Good thing Twitter thought exactly what we thought because they got VLAD together and he had to apologize.
Let me clear the air, and state that I never had any intention of filing a complaint to Princeton for former Professor Morgan Jenkins saying that white people aren't allowed to comment on Kendrick Lamar's music. She trolled me and I trolled back. At the end of the day, it created an interesting discussion about race relations in America. I will be discussing it in the future in my interviews. Well, the bottom line to it is, I think he really did think that people were going to jump on his side and he could go and file the report against Morgan Jenkins to Princeton. Now, no doubt Princeton's a big university. I'm sure they've already seen it because it's blown up. But at the end of the day, VLAD is learning that the power of the people means more than his interviews. And so since the people got on him about what he said he was going to do, he's not backtracking. But it appears that it's too late because many have unfollowed him on Twitter. Many have unfollowed him on YouTube. And the backlash is coming his way. And pretty much, I think he just couldn't take what was coming his way. But hey, a little too late. Go check out this at Twitter at DJ VLAD and check the comments. And man, they on it bad. I mean, it's all over the place. So let me know what you think about this. And hey, good job to the people. Have a great day.
Baby, call it the Kendrick Lamar effect. But it wasn't over. Because another conversation we have to talk about the culture is all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And black faces in high spaces will not always save us. Because the Breakfast Club, which is supposed to be our music for our people, but expose themselves as nothing but propaganda to sell our culture to people, had the nerve to get on and say this.
DJ VLAD criticized for an argument with college professor. So we got into it with a Princeton professor after she asked him not to speak on the Drake and Kendrick beef. His tweet was simply, Kendrick's Not Like Us needed a better mix. It takes away from the song. Now, I was told that DJ VLAD was a producer, so I don't see why he couldn't have this opinion about the song. She responded to him and said, you are white. This is a black folk affair. So he responded to her and said, wait, so a professor at Princeton is telling me that a white person shouldn't be allowed to voice their opinion about hip hop? Is that how you interact with your students? She came back and said, what I'm saying is that you put your opinion in a discussion that's not needed. This conversation is and should censor black people, not you. VLAD said, don't try to change your words now. I'll be reaching out to Princeton about this on Monday. So she said, semester's over and my contract has been completed, but thanks for trying to bully me out of a job for censoring black people because you got your feelings hurt. The professor says she found it funny that VLAD chose her to respond to out of all people. Well, I mean,
Now, first of all, why it sound like Jess is reading notes that they gave her? Second of all, what you mean they kind of asked for it? Where is the defense? This is supposed to be a radio station for the culture. And the fact that they see no allegiance, but they trade on the culture for their views, package it up to the same kids that are going out behind DJ VLAD. The fact that someone is saying stay out of black people's business and you trying to act black people, just hilarious. Charlemagne, I don't even know if DJ Envy what he claims, right? But you trying to act oblivious as if you don't see this is an eternal conversation about our culture. And you cannot censor yourself because you are not relevant. It's wild to me.
Kind of asked for it. Vlad said, I responded to you because all the other responses are from trolls and fake accounts. You may want to think about getting a burner account like all the other bigots do. That's how they keep from getting fired. LOL. Ate her up. Jesus.
Ate her up. Ate her up. Y'all sitting here cooning. Well, let me not get demonetized. Y'all sitting up here talking as if we don't have a culture, as if it's American culture. It's not. That is like a man coming and centering himself in a conversation on women. You'd never be like, oh, ate her up. How did he eat her up? Because y'all gave him a place at the table? Because y'all made him feel like he was a part of the group? Because y'all made him think that somebody that is not about the culture doesn't even understand the culture. Talking about some goddamn gun snares where we're talking about the soul of our culture. Man, let's continue. Charlamagne said some dumb shit too. Didn't really surprise me because whatever, but listen to it. And then we're going to have some real people with some sense talk.
He definitely did. And later on, he shared another tweet clarifying that he never actually planned to file a complaint against her. He said, she trolled me and I trolled back. But he feels like their argument led to a bigger conversation about race relations, and he plans to bring it up in his future interview.
This is so disgusting the way that they're handling this. But now I hope y'all see.
Here's the thing. Social media is the place where people can express their opinions. Vlad said what he said, and that comment had nothing to do with race.
Now, maybe Charlamagne ain't tapped in enough to know that the song was talking about culture. But see, here's the thing. Charlamagne's defending his friend Vlad, and Jess is defending her job. And anyone that actually takes them as an opinion on what culture is, yeah. But see, here's the thing. I know that we won't take them as culture. But see, their job, I think, right now, is to make others that want to poach and center themselves in a culture feel comfortable doing it. Because at the end of the day, we have no culture, right? It's everybody's culture.
All Vlad said was the song needed a better mix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that comment. And then the sister said what she said, but now that sister has to deal with the consequences of whatever Vlad chooses to do, if he chooses to, file a formal complaint or whatever. And Vlad has to deal with the consequences of filing the complaint on the sister because social media is going to be mad at.
Right.
So everybody got the right to their opinion.
Yeah. He said he wasn't actually going to do it, though. He probably was just trying, like he said, troll her back. But some things just shouldn't be turned into race. I think it was just like,
I agree.
He
was talking about a mix.
But the funny thing is, when Vlad is a DJ, though, right? He used to be a DJ.
Not only is
I don't care if Vlad was in the marching band in heaven. How are 3 black people on a nationally syndicated station lecturing other black people? Everything don't gotta be about race. If y'all don't, it's a mess Kendrick was talking about. But let's keep going.
Vlad
Like
a
a
DJ, Vlad
like-
was a producer. So Vlad knows a bad mix when he hears one.
No, but he was a real DJ, like doing
I
parties
know.
and clubs and
Yeah.
mixtapes.
And he's from the West Coast.
So when he heard it, he probably was like,
Yeah, I thought that whole exchange was very
This is why ratings are in a slump. They have become the Drake of radio.
very strange because I don't know why a professor from Princeton would react in the way a regular Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
The way a regular Twitter ninja, now y'all disrespecting her and dragging her on behalf of Vlad? Y'all, black faces in white spaces will not save us. Black faces in high places probably won't save us either.
yeah, he just said he didn't like the mix.
He didn't like
That's
the
what he
mix.
said. He didn't like the
Like,
mix.
that wasn't the thing to
He
bring
just said, I
race
didn't like
into.
this record because it is. I didn't like. He just said I didn't like the mix.
I didn't like the
Yeah.
mix. That
Yeah.
that was not something to bring race.
Wow. So tell us, Charlamagne Luther King, what is an appropriate situation to bring race into? Since y'all speak for the culture, since y'all are the culture, since you're the gatekeeper to what black people can say and what they can't say, what is appropriate? This is the mess Kendrick was talking about, and this is opening up a larger discussion. This young man right here had a really good take. I want y'all to listen to him.
One of the best side effects of this Kendrick and Drake beef is the collective realization that black people are starting to have that we need to do a better job of gatekeeping our culture. And I've made multiple videos about it, and this has been a conversation going on amongst the black community for a while now, and about how Black people need to stop inviting people to the cookout, literally and figuratively, for doing the bare minimum. And over the course of this beef, with each diss track that Kendrick has dropped, each track has more and more layers to the point that if you aren't a black person immersed in black culture, you're totally lost right now. You're outside of your depth. And you can see this ripple effect going on. You can see all these suburban white kids scrambling. They don't understand why black people are resonating with so many of these diss tracks from Kendrick. And they're trying to urban dictionary their way through these diss tracks to understand what's going on. And they're starting to realize, like, no matter how many rap songs they listen to, no matter how many black friends they have and how much they change their style, there's still things about black people and black culture that they will never understand or can understand because they are not black. And you can see this ripple effect going on. And it's not just hitting Drake, but it's hitting people like DJ VLAD, who's going on Twitter talking about, oh, this track isn't properly mixed, so it takes away from it. It's a diss track. Ain't nobody looking for it to be properly mixed. And if it not being properly mixed took away from it, then black people wouldn't be out here crip walking to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and DJ Vlad in such shambles right now, he literally trying to get Princeton professor fired because she told him the truth. This is a black folks affair and you are out of your depth right now. You are better off observing and being seen and not heard. And that is the pretty much Kendrick's overall point. And I'm so glad he's starting to open black people's eyes to this shit. This is a perfect opportunity for us as black people to start gatekeeping our culture and reset the narrative of how we operate when it comes to the rest of the world receiving our culture.
Exactly. How the whole world receives and treats our culture, but also the people inside. And now that we see the way the system is set up and what people have to do to get ahead and this, that, and the third, we need to actually even look at the people that we allow to stand in between us and others and say they are the gatekeepers and speak for us, such as the Breakfast Club. A lot of really good things have come out of what Kendrick's done, and a lot of people are being exposed, and I'm glad Vlad had to fucking crawl back underneath his rock. And go ahead. It's good that Charlemagne, Jess, and DJ Envy actually showed what team they're on just so there can be no mistake. Baby, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. But I'll tell you one thing. Vlad got chewed up and spit back out. And next time he pokes his face into black culture, may it happen double. Yo, listen, let me just leave you with this because I think this sums up everything.
Just want to shout out all the white people on this app explaining the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef to black people on this app. You guys are really holding it down for the culture.